Hey everyone, how you doing today? Shannon Lynn with Divine Bliss Twin Flame Union. Just wanted to hop on board here and see how everyone was doing and do a quick channeled oracle card reading today. Grabbed a couple of decks, asked for guidance on what would be good decks for us today. Hoping this is a little bit lighter hearted of a reading, but I never know. Sometimes the Divine gets very deep into things. They have a huge sense of humor, a great sense of humor. I found that over the years of channeling, that they have an awesome, amazing sense of humor. But I know that with the creation series of materials, they want to bring forward this information and guidance and get it out. Especially right now, I'm noticing for the Twin Flame Collective. And so that's sort of where I feel they're at. But sometimes it gets a little bit heavy. So I'm always like, can we do something a little lighter? Can we do something a little lighter? And most of the time it doesn't get to be that way. But we'll see. We'll see what today brings. So, alrighty. And just hoping you guys are having a great weekend and enjoying the sunshine wherever you're at. I just bought some flowers the other day and got those planted out in the patio. So, well, actually my daughter did that. Thank you to her. And now I get to go out and enjoy all the beautiful colors of all the beautiful flowers. Okay, too many cards there. We're not gonna go that deep into stuff today because I don't have a whole lot of time. So we're gonna try and make this one a little bit quicker of a video than normal. I have been trying to do the 45 minutes, but I have noticed that if I do not set the timer on the timer for me in the background, that the Divine goes way over my time limit. So I like to do around 45 minutes max kind of thing. But the Divine, I noticed the last video was like an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm gonna start remembering to set that clock for 45 minutes. All right, so we've got a second deck. Our first deck was Denise Lynn's Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. And our second deck here is Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. So I'm not really that familiar with hers, but we're going to see what we get from those. Interesting. Okay. All right. So I thought we might as well just grab all the cards first and then go from there. Another one is, all right, I'll let you know what they all are as we're going through them. We'll read them out. And then again, for those who are new to the channel, please subscribe. I guess just to let you know that this channel is all about channeling. That this YouTube platform here, I feel like this one was coming. This YouTube platform here is for really for me to channel information and guidance for the Twin Flame Collective. It's also for the betterment of the alls. But they're focusing mostly and mainly on the true Twin Flame Collective. I believe simply because, they've got way too many cards here again. One more. That I believe that, you know, they've got a lot of information and guidance they want to bring forward. Wow, okie dokie. They want to bring forward for the Twin Flames. I think because the Twin Flames are really in an... Well, I'll let them speak for themselves. I feel like the Twin Flames are in a time and place where they're needed. They're needed to come forward. I believe more than they are being and coming forward as. Just because I see a lot of them, you know, solely focused on getting into union instead of being focused on themselves and bringing their best selves forward from within the journey. So anyways, I'm just gonna put my thoughts to the side, get the channeling for us and see where this takes us. So our first card that came through was First Light. It says beginning a new cycle. So here we go. So now, okay, they're saying, okay, Shannon, so now that we've come upon from within this whole creation series of events in True Creation Manifestation, we then want to bring you on forward, or bring yous on forward, up and on into just so much more from within this here as well, then they're saying. So just do know that this is a new cycle. This is a new cycle of events in which we are showing you up and on into here as well now, then they're saying. Cool. Okay, that's cool. So now that you know, the next one is Desert Passage. Trust there's a divine plan. Desert Passage. So now that you know that there's a true way or ways for each of us to go down upon and from within as here, which just means that now that you know that all of this comes to be from within the each of you as or in, that just means that all of this divine plan or planning comes to be from within yous. To each your owns, they're saying. And to each your owns comes to be from within what you are being and or doing as here. And what you are being and or doing as here comes to be from within your manifestations of. And then your manifestations of clearly and concisely show you to whom you are here being as or in, which just means that as you show up for yourselves from within yourselves as this true self souls in the processings of or in the ways of beingnesses of, you then are being projected up and on into just so much more from within all of this here. Yes, as well, they're saying, right? Like they've been through that. We've told you that. But then from there, you are then these projections of. And in or from within these projections of, you then become this as. And from within becoming this as, you then just are here being as. And once you are here being as, you then just are here, right? Are we right again, they're saying? Yes. So, just to know that from within these projections of, you then are in the steppings up of. And when you are stepping up as, or in the projections of, well then, you are here being as just so much more from within the true twin flame collective of energies here as well then, they're saying. So just do know that from within all of this, or all of these ways of beingnesses, you are then choosing your own path or pathways to success, or successes from within the each of yous as this or in this as, which just means that as you project yourselves up and on forward into just so much more from within the each of yous as this or in this as, you then are being projected back on into you from within this as. And that just means that we are here for you, then as well. Like the angels, your angelic guides are here for you as well from within all of this, or all of these processings of, that you have then come down and upon and up and on into just so much more from within. But then, and only then, as you have projected yourselves up and on forward into just so much more, we then are becoming in your projections of here as well. And that just means that we are bringing forth to and for you just what you can become from within all of this, or all of these processings of, or in the processings of your own true self souls from within all of this as. So just do know that you will know all of this once you get to be this and do this and have from within this specific point of view or ways of beingness in which you then have come forward up and on into and down upon, but then have projected yourselves up and on into from within as well. But then from there, we then are projecting you on even forward all the more from within all of this, as this or in this projections of, as you have stepped up and on forward into from within your manifestations of, or in the manifesting of just so much more from within your own true individual lives here as well then, they're saying. As you each are individually and interiorly guided to be and do and have as, or from within this as. So to each your owns here now just means that when you come upon or are in desirous of what you indeed do want to be, to do, and to have from deep within you as, well then, in those projections of those things, or these ways of beingnesses then that you've come up and on into from within all of this, you then are being projected back to you from within this as this like sorceress being, or well-beings of, in the wellnesses of, or in the well-beingnesses of, which just means that as you step up and on forward into just so much more, you then are projected up and on forward into just so much more from within all of this here as well then. So it's my understanding that that's the and more 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 comes to be from within all of this. There's like this non-ending there's this non-ending that we become more and more and more and more and more from within. Wow, that is very cool. As we do all the work, as we step forward into it all. We grab, as they say, we grab our bull by the horns. So, all right. So the next deck is the Energy Oracle card reading deck. The Garden and the Gate was the first card that came through. So they're saying, so as we project ourselves up and on forward into just so much more from within this, like, view from above, from within these states of beingnesses or these ways of beingnesses, now that we can see more clearly or more directly from within, they're saying. Well then, you then are here to be and or to do as just so much more from within all of that here as well. As you've stepped up and on into just so much more, you then become just that much more from within that or this here as well. And then, well then, do look out, world. For you have come forward as just so much more from within each of these trespasses or ways of light beingnesses then. These codings, these sorceresses of, which just means you've stepped up and on into your own true powers here as these light sources or these light activations of, and have then come forward up and on into just so much more from within all of that or this here as well, they're saying. So the Garden and the Gate are your ways of beingnesses in which you can step up and on forward into. Once you have come down and upon that which no longer serves the person that you are here being as and or in the doings of. And once you have gained access to that or in the knowingnesses of that, you then are and or have projected yourselves on forward up and on into just so much more from within these states of beingnesses here as well. From within all of this or all of that here as well, they're saying. So then you become the thinking man. So then you become this thinking man and or woman that or whom comes forward to and for the betterment of the alls here as well from within all of this, simply because you have stepped up and on into just so much more from within these knowings or these knowingnesses of, which then have projected you up and on forward into this beingness of light or beingness of light sources activations of, which just means that now that you've come up and on into the light of your own true beingnesses of or your own ways of beingnesses of, you then are these light source activations of, which then have come down and upon you and for you from within this as just so much more, which then is in your own projections of here as well, which then comes to be from within you here as well, from within all of that or all of that or all of the, and or all of this here as well, they're saying. So to be in your own projections of is to come forward as or in this of just so much more. And this just so much more means that you have become your own true manifestors or your own true ways of beingnesses in which the manifestations do come forward for you like readily and easily here. Simply because you have stepped up and on into all of this as this or in this as just so much more then. Here then. And now then you can become just that much more from within this whole manifestation process or processings of here as well then. Like two. So just begin to notice that all of these true source activations or ways of beingnesses in which you've come forward down and upon and from within are then working for you and no longer against you in the happenings of just so much more from within your own true lives here. And you are stepping up and on forward into just so much more from within all of this here as well then. And you are seeing the true differences from within each of you as you have stepped up and on forward into all of this. As only you each individually can and will once you become. And then you just here then now are in the beingnesses of just so much more here. I'm getting like as this energetic electric attraction or attractor back to you and for you from within all of this as. And to step forth as this true community of sorts, or these ways of beingness in which now here work for you, but not only for you, but to and for the betterment of the all from within this whole true twin flame collective of community or communities. simply because we are here now as this true twin flame collective of community or communities, simply because we are here now we are here now for the each and the all of us, or all of yous here as well. And that just means that what you do for one, you may be here now being and or doing for the other from within all of this, or all of these true trespasses of light ways of beingness is here as well. And that just means that as you step up and on into just so much more from within all of this, you then are uniquely and intuitively guided up and on into just so much more from within your whole process, or these whole processings of from within this whole unique community here as well. And to come forward as just so much more from within all of this does not relinquish the anxieties that can sometimes appear here for you, that can sometimes be brought up for you, simply because, you know, you are afraid of this and or that coming forward from within your own true lives here. But they're like, but remember, as are in the ways that you are following your own true interior guidance systems, are the ways in which are reacting to and for you from within all of this. And so as you are reacting as this anxiety, or in the anxieties of, well then that is what is being projected on back to and for you from within all of this as, or in this as. So just do know that this is no longer serving the person that you are and or the person you've become from within all of this true twin flame collective of agreements here, they're saying, simply because you are your own truth, lights, and ways from deep within you. But now we are also here as your true source activation, as your true source activations as such, which just means that we are here activating each of you to bring yourselves up and on forward into just so much more from within all of this, or all of these sequences of events in true creation manifestation, which now then do work for you instead of no longer against you. You want to be stepping up and on into just so much more from within all of this, and releasing all of these anxieties and these things that no longer work for you and or the person you've become from within all of this. So just do know that as you release all of these things that no longer work for the person you've become, well then, you step up and on into just so much more from within all of this, simply because you are like losing the ways of the West that no longer work for you. And you have gained all of the true ways of the West that are here now working for you, and will be here now working for you, like on until the end of times here. From within the kingdom of the heavens, from within each of you here as, or in this as. And so to know that your true heart soul's activations of are only coming to be once you mend these fences, once you mend these broken hearted fences from within each of you, as are in these true projections of, which just means that as you are mending these ways of beingnesses in which no longer serve or work for the person, that no longer work and or as you are mending these ways of beingnesses in which no longer are working for the person you have become, and or the ways in which you have come forward as, or in the beingnesses of, which just means that as you have projected yourselves up and on forward into just so much more from within these whole true co-creative creations or expressions of, well then, you have released that which no longer serves the person you've become, and you have, in essence, solved the crises from within each of you here, and healed or mended that which no longer served the person that you were and or have become from within. That which is no longer serving the person that you are here now today, they're saying. And so just do know that from within each and the all of yous, from within all of this, comes to be just that much more from within all of these true heart processes, or in the processings of your true self soul's desires of. Which just means that as you are in the activations of just so much more, and are in the steppings up of just so much more, you are also in the healings here of just so much more from within all of this here as well. And so just do know that as you release the things that no longer serve the person you've become, and are in essence the healings from within you that you have become, well then, you are then guided to and brought forward from within each of you as this true energetic attraction and or light beingnesses of, or ways of beingnesses of, in which now do work for you instead of no longer against you. So just to be your own true self souls in the processings of just that much more from within your own true heart centers here as well. Because, you know, they're saying like, you really are the truth, the lights and the ways from deep within you. From within your core activations of, but also from within your true heart's desires, or what you're desirous of here as well, from within your, you know, your heart chakras or your heart centers here as well, they're saying. Okay. Well, that's it for the reading today. It's going to be a short one, like I said, so I hope you guys have enjoyed it all. Anything that you need to know, I'll do a channeling on this as well, and anything that you need to know will be in the description box on this channeling and everything else. So have a spectacular weekend and take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.